listeners and viewers of Suniye, especially to the English and technology pages. We are again very grateful to Dr. Alok Bajpai, who has joined us from Kanpur. Hello, Alok. How's life in
Hi,
you?
hi. Everything is fine, sir.
Wonderful. Good to know. And we are meeting after a long time, after July, I believe. And we are
Yeah,
continuing with the quantum of thought, the three words that you coined, which I still like, and we are keeping those as part of the series that we do. So it's always a quantum of thought when we talk about your expertise. And now we've moved on to artificial intelligence, and we've taken up this new topic of life versus artificial intelligence, which is a very, what you may call, hot topic these days, because as more technology and artificial intelligence becomes uh, more pervasive throughout the lives of any human being, it is
yes.
very important that we work out what we mean by life and how the AI or artificial intelligence works around life or within life or as life, whichever. So, if you would like to say hello to our audience of Sunyato, then we can start.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And this is a very good opportunity which you keep providing me for,
Thank you.
yeah, talking about one's own thought, one should also keep revising that. It's always a trigger. So, hello to all of you there uh, in Australia and around the world. I'm sure this Suniyato platform is a brilliant thing which Abdi Saab has invented or discovered. Yeah. So it gives a good chance. I would also love that uh, people should keep more interaction. Maybe
Yes.
they can have my email, so they don't have to route it through you. They can always write directly to me, and
Yes, yes,
that
we've
would
done
be a
that. Provided
yeah.
your email
Yes, yes. So
in the previous
yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
yes, yes. So yeah. So I'm at your service now.
Okay. Thank you. Just to add on to it, I was planning to get a person, Mr. Sohaib Nasrallah, with whom I had done an AI page, AI sequence earlier, but
Right.
unfortunately he had taken a little bit of dive with respect to his health, so he's not able to join us. But I'm sure
Maybe.
after listening to you tonight, our time, and afternoon India time in your time zone, he would definitely want to come and join us. So, in fact, then I'll also try and get more people involved, because, as you know, we try and keep it simple for everybody. But we have experts like you who are what we call in the game of technology SM, um, SMEs, subject matter experts.
Wow.
So that's you are an expert in psychiatry and neuroscience, and of course, everybody knows about you. You're famous throughout India and the world in terms of Mahatma Gandhi and his thought process that you've analyzed wonderfully. So, getting back to our topic, this topic is about life versus AI. Uh, can we start with your usual manner of simplifying things very nicely?
Yeah. I'll
Like, what is life? What do you call life as you perceive it, and as you've experimented, and as you have studied and researched and all that?
right, sir. Actually, even before I come to life, and you
Hmm.
mentioned Mahatma Gandhi,
Yeah.
let me share a recent research with you,
Sure.
and that itself would tell you
Hmm.
where does the AI stuff stands.
Mm.
There was recently a research done
Hmm.
by a company
Hmm.
which has programs developed for language interpretation,
Hmm.
all that. So
Yeah.
what they did, they we know that AI can answer simple questions.
Hmm.
We say Alexa, play Kishore Kumar for us, and Kishore does.
Correct. Correct.
And Alexa, the AI is the what we call a AI is narrow intelligence, which
Yes.
will always check what is do you like on Amazon and what is your preference, and it will always keep suggesting and marketing.
Right.
So what they did, they asked the real tough questions which we keep asking.
Uh-huh.
What is the purpose and meaning of life?
Exactly.
They asked this to AI,
Uh-huh.
and they took out the answers or
Uh-huh.
the statements of world leaders
Wonderful.
and gave both to respondents.
Mm.
Leaders had people of technology also, not the
Mm-hmm.
spiritual leaders.
Mm-hmm.
People like Elon Musk is there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nick Bostrom is there, and
All
Mahatma
right.
Gandhi was
Right.
there.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So what they found out was really very, very strange.
Mm.
Most respondents preferred
Mm.
the answers of AI
Mm.
over the leaders.
Really.
Yeah,
But
but in case of Mahatma Gandhi,
yes.
everybody liked Mahatma Gandhi more than AI.
Wonderful. 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 What a brilliant credit
Yeah,
to our
because
Mahatma.
probably because the researchers also interpret that, and I also think because Gandhi had this habit of he was a good draftsman, so he could put the exact word where it was
Mm-hmm.
required. And
Mm-hmm.
plus, the world was his oyster.
Mm.
So the way Gandhi used to talk in metaphors and paradoxes and all, so
Mm.
AI has not reached that level.
No, it hasn't because it
Yeah.
requires,
But I
based
don't know
on
whether
the
it's a,
current situation up till
yeah,
now, basically it knows as much as it can learn or
right. So
can be made to learn. So
so
that's
whether
where
it's
the
a,
whole thing gets limited.
yeah, whether
So,
it's a good news or bad news, that we'll
mm,
decide later. The
yeah,
second
yeah,
point,
okay.
the second
Mm,
point, even before we talk about life and AI,
mm,
is that the way we were progressing,
mm,
like full throttle,
mm,
and people were predicting things will happen by 2050 and 100 years, and
mhm.
so, but suddenly came COVID from nowhere,
Yes, yes, yes.
and nature stopped the life for us.
Correct, correct.
So for the time being, nature has won. Because neither AI nor any other technology, not even medicine, not even vaccine, we
Nothing
did
could predict it.
we did not know. And the what did we respond with? We went back to a primitive way of lockdown, of social distancing,
Exactly.
of being together but not being together. So this was the same response as we talked last time. Spanish flu ka samay mein it was happening in
Yes, yes,
1918.
yes, yes, yes.
So I think as far as life is concerned,
Yes.
Nature has a ace or two, one up its
Mm,
sleeve.
mm.
So what is this life we are talking about?
Yes.
What COVID stopped?
Mm.
So one way of looking at life, I'll try to simplify as I understand it.
Sure, please do.
So there is life and there is death,
Mm.
right?
Right, right.
So what does the death do? Death stops the physical existence
Uh-huh.
of any living being.
Right.
And the brutal fact is that all living beings die.
Yes.
If we leave apart some characters from mythology,
Yes.
everybody dies.
Yes.
So the question is that that is certain. The end point is certain
Ah.
of of life.
Yes.
So what is life then?
Mm.
So if we take a like Max Tegmark and like you were talking about him, he
Yes.
simply defines in his book called Life 3.0 that
Mm.
life is complexity and replication.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not so simple
Mm.
because if we take the whole cycle back to when life arose
Mm.
somewhere in the deep sea,
Yes.
from there till we come to our present times,
Yes.
the complexity level has increased.
Yes. Yes.
In this instance, when we are talking, when other people are doing other thing, Elon Musk must be planning something else, and politicians must be planning something else.
Mm.
The complexity has grown from, I think it has multiplied from level after level, and I don't know how many layers of it.
Mm-hmm.
So understand complexity is itself complex. But I think if you look at life, this is just more than complexity. Because if you see something like amoeba or
Yes.
paramecium,
Yeah.
or grow up to reptiles, or go to mammals, or go to human beings, and all those Homo habilis and Neanderthales and Australopithecus, just even if you surf through it, one thing is certain, that life arose by multiplication of genes.
Yes.
If we go to the billion years back,
Yes.
the gene must have been intelligent enough to realize that if I multiply, I will
Yes.
survive. I'll survive the nature's vagaries of tsunami and lightning and mechanical pressures and all that.
Yes.
Right. Now, but this itself was not enough. Amoeba doesn't, it just does not multiply, it also responses. A simple thing like amoeba, when it is moving, see, after all, what is COVID? COVID is a virus. And COVID can be intelligent enough to attack your body, and a single COVID virus will go and die. It doesn't. So it replicates. Right.
Yeah, but just let me interrupt here. Pardon me, you're going wonderfully, and you've raised another question in my mind, and I'm so
Yes.
glad that you always allow me to interrupt you,
Yes.
because that's
No,
an
that's fine.
unwritten rule that you follow with me. So I'm
Yes.
thankful to that. And you see, there is a belief also that virus is not actually life.
Yes.
It's just a
Yeah.
cell
Yeah. So
which
yeah,
can be multiplying and all the rest of it,
I
but
was
it's not life.
I
Is
was
that
coming
right?
to partly
Yeah.
because if you talk of replication,
Hmm.
then it is life.
Hmm.
But if you look at another important thing which life offers, and that is called reactivity.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is called irritability,
Hmm.
not in the sense of mood irritability,
Hmm.
but in the sense of responding to the environmental stimulus.
Disrupting ability.
No, it's like if you touch amoeba with
Uh-huh.
a pin, amoeba will
Hmm.
retract.
Yes.
A reptile doesn't have a language
Hmm.
and does not have a emotional system, but a
Hmm.
reptile can move.
Yes.
If you go to animals above that who don't speak but they emote,
Hmm.
they cry, laugh, do all that,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then comes human beings,
Hmm.
which can replicate, which
Hmm.
can respond to the environment.
Hmm.
In fact, right from birth till about all our life, we are
Hmm.
all the time actually embedded in the context and environment,
Hmm. Hmm. Correct.
isn't it? So
Yes.
that's how we are alive.
Fair enough.
That's how we are alive. That's how our brain grows, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, but what has happened now? What has happened is that so cells. So when you're talking of intelligence,
Hmm.
I think cells are also intelligent. How do
Yes.
cells otherwise
Yes.
unite with chemistry
Hmm.
and develop into an organ
Hmm.
which has a definite function in the body?
Hmm.
So there is a certain developmental intelligence in the cells also,
Right.
which is coming from DNA.
Hmm. Hmm.
You understand? So see a human being, a sperm and a ovum meets,
Hmm.
the cells start multiplying,
Hmm.
and along the line there is something called neural tube which develops on the back of the
Hmm.
dorsum of the thing, and from there the whole brain is formed.
Hmm.
Cells
Correct.
will migrate to certain areas,
Yes.
and then the brain is differentiated into modular structure,
Right.
specialized area with association,
Hmm.
and from this simple electrical chemical activity
Hmm.
we become whatever we are.
And within that, before that, the body itself,
Body itself is
the
forming.
various
Yes.
functions of the body and various organs of the body are formed.
And
Yes.
so what is the original brick? The original brick is protein, but
Yes.
DNA is only form protein, and the proteins form a scaffolding over
Right.
which cells move.
Fair enough.
Now, now here comes in 2 points, two opposite camps.
Right.
One, and I still know my doctor friends and physicist friend who will say, when I'm saying this, I'm not being a partisan to anything. But you will say, ki, yaar, this complex evolution cannot happen on its own.
Hmm.
So a God has to make it.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is one group.
Fair enough.
The other group is an absolutely reductionist group, of which Tegmark Saab is a part,
That's right.
and other people are part,
Yes.
who say that because nature is, if forget the life, the nature is being governed by simple physical rules, the rules of physics. And rules of physics do not differentiate between people and situations. They are same everywhere. So everything can be reduced to a reductionist level where we can define things by rules of physics.
Right. Right.
But these both ends are minorities.
Oh, I see. That's news.
Yeah, that's a news because majority flips.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Majority in crisis will try to find God and also try to find medicine.
Brilliant point. Brilliant point.
So the doctor has to tell the reductionist treatment while the God will take care. So I take a position of Pope Francis.
Right.
Pope Francis, after a long time, somebody talked sense. Because I believe that even if God has made it, it's all right. God has also followed some rules. The rules are of physics.
Correct.
You understand? Now, why will God break his rule every time?
His
for
own
your
rules. In one opinion, his own rules.
Yeah, 600 crore people praying. He keeps breaking rules for everybody. The world will be in chaos. So he has set his own rules. One, the second thing is that there was this quantum physicist Eugene Wigner. He says there is the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics. So Tegmark has written one book called Mathematical Universe. All reductionist people try to bring it down to equation. So for cells, for electrical activity in the brain, for a lot of things, we have worked out the physics. Luckily, we haven't been able to do it for brain. Till now.
Right, right.
So what we don't know whether the brain is computable at all or not. That's what we are working on. So people like me stand somewhere in between, like a centrist position. And I'll tell you the reason why. And then I'll bring it to the interface where what actually gave birth to AI. So what happened in human evolution, that humans, so life is definitely more than replication. We are sure about it.
Yes.
It's about responding to the environment also. In human beings, life is about thinking. It's about language. It's about abstraction. It's about problem solving. It's about a lot of things. But if you do a reductionist thing, life is about an enzyme in the cell called sodium potassium ATPase, which keeps pumping sodium. Once it stops, the electrical activity of the brain and body is gone. So you can fit in from the top to the cell anywhere.
Right.
But all is life. So